Hello YouTube, this is an alcohol review of Cedar Ridge Wheat Whiskey. Dun, dun, dun. According to the label, handcrafted, small batches, 750ml bottle, 40% alcohol by volume, and using white lettering on yellow background. From discerning ingredients selected to skilled fractioning, blending, and bottling, tasty expertise our artisans bring to every bottle of Cedar Ridge dark aged spirits. Dark aged. All right, we'll go with that. The softest of our whiskeys, 100% white winter wheat, is mashed in-house to create a delicious yet flavorful spirit, distilled twice, and mellowed in new, lightly charred American oak casks, where smooth whiskey is meant for sipping. Enjoy. I see. And Iowa. It's from Iowa. Batch number 23, bottle 222. Yeah, 222. There we are. Ought to be interesting. Has a wood cork to it, wood top to it, with a synthetic. And as you can tell by the background, I'm in the belly of the tower. So even though there's no critters roaming around, Murphy's Law says you'll spill the bottle if you don't cork it. So yeah, in case you guys are wondering, this is the belly of the tower. And here we are. It is a honey yellow. You could call it a straw yellow. That's been a little darkened. But all in all, it runs very quickly, almost immediately. That's a good sign. It smells sweet, it smells fruity, it smells orangey, it smells lemony. The stone fruits, the vanilla, all those sorts of smells you normally get when it comes to a whiskey or a bourbon, not really getting in this. A hint of the ethanol in the back, but it's mostly fruity, almost flowery. Very inviting if you like a very light tasting whiskeys. And you can get your nose in there pretty good, and there's no burn, there's no bite. Another positive in my opinion. But very light, very nice on the nose. Now, typically, I have found that if it has a light nose to it, it makes up for that in the taste, on the palate. So there's going to be a very strong, deep flavors involved. Or the other way, you may have strong nose, but a very light palate. I mean, it sounds odd. It sounds like, oh, it has a strong smell. It should have a strong palate. I have found this to be not entirely constant. Yes, there are many that are out there that do that, but there's enough out there that don't, and that keeps you, at least keeps me, on my toes, wondering if it's a strong smell, am I going to get a strong palate? If it's a light smell, is it going to be a light or other way around or what? This remains constant. It is light on the palate. There's a bit of the ethanol bitter that you get towards the back. It wants to accumulate, but it has such a short hang time. it's very fleeting. So it doesn't really have the ability to mount up onto your tongue. Now the funny thing is, it says wheat whiskey because they aged it in bourbon or char barrels. Makes me wonder why they don't call it a bourbon, but wheat instead of corn. That's probably what the whole thing is about. There's probably not enough corn in this for it to classify as a whiskey, even though it's been in the charred barrels, which is fine. This is so light in its tongue that I would swear it's an Irish whiskey. It's that light, and to me, that pleasant. But then again, I am a growing fan of Irish whiskeys. I find Scottish is just too rude. American whiskeys are trying to pretend they're Scottish whiskeys without the peaty taste to it. The Canadians are just Canadians, but it's friendly. It is a friendly whiskey. But the Irish ones are soft. It's like it wants to hang around and be sipped and ask you how your day was. And this reminds me of that. When you sip it, it wants to know, how's your day? And that short hang time makes it very pleasant, makes it want to stay a little bit longer. Because it's so light in flavor, it I think would be very ideal for late spring, all through summer, and early fall. Especially, especially on the rocks. But the problem with having it on ice, the rocks or ice or anything making it cold. And yes, there is a difference between on the rocks and on ice, only because you can buy actual rocks now to put in and keep your spirits cold. The thing is, once you cool your spirit, it loses its nose. And when it loses its nose, it loses its palate as well as taste. If that isn't the strangest thing. But supposedly, 75% or more of what you taste on the tongue, you're getting it through the nose. Through the nose. In the meantime, if you put this on ice, you're going to lose 70 to 80% of the nose. And thus, your palate goes away. So I would think this would be wonderful chilled, especially when it's like 80, 90 degrees out and you're watching the sunset, kicking off the last of the day. You may lose so much of the flavor that you swear you're just drinking, alcohol water. Yes, it is that light on the tongue that you could almost lose all of it just by too much ice. Have I had this on ice? So this is all in theory. So take that as you will. But either way, if you like a nice, light, palated, light smelling whiskey, this is the way to go. This is a good one. This will definitely compete on my shelf, small shelf, for that spot of Irish or just light in general. Give it a try. See what you guys think. It is Cedar Ridge Wheat Whiskey. A little closer here. There you are. From Iowa. And any comments down below about this particular product, we warmly accept it as always. Or better yet, go out, buy it, try it yourself. And review it online in the YouTube Spirits community so we can see what your thoughts are on Cedar Ridge Wheat Whiskey. And see what you guys think. As always, keep on drinking.